1 Kings 11. I read from the Institute for Scripture Research, the ISR, because it takes a direct translation from Hebrew to English, Greek to English, and Aramaic to English. The letter J is about 600 years old, while the son Yehoshua died on a stake for the sins of all of humanity more than 2,000 years ago. Yah is short for YahWeh, YahWeh, no difference. Yah is the Elohim of the heavens and the earth, the first and the last and the only. Yah is a very jealous El. He is so jealous that he doesn't even want the names of idols or mighty ones to come to our lips. And if you want to know in English, Yehoshua, taking a direct translation, Yehoshua is Joshua in English. From Hebrew to English, direct translation. Not going around the world to figure out what else you could turn it into. Or worshipping Greek idols. 1 Kings 11. And sovereign Shalomo loved many foreign women in addition to the daughter of Pharaoh, Moabite, Ammonite, Edomite, Sidonian, and Hittite women. So Shalomo was a hoe. He was a whore. From the nations of whom Yah had said to the children of Israel, you do not go into them, and they do not go into you, for they shall certainly turn away your heart after their mighty ones. Shalomo clung to those in love, and he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. He had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart. No wonder. So the guy had 1,000 wives, basically. A concubine, someone you sleep with. It's no different. This guy had 1,000 wives. What a whore. Such a pig. And it came to be when Shalomo was old that his wives turned away his heart after other mighty ones, and his heart was not perfect with Yah his Elohim, as was the heart of his father David. And Shalomo went after Ashtoreth, the mighty one of the Sidonians. Ashtoreth is Ashtoreth. And after Milcom, Milkom, the abomination of the Ammonites. Thus Shalomo did evil in the eyes of Yah, and did not follow Yah completely like his father David. Then Shalomo built a high place for Chemosh, Kemosh, the abomination of Moab, on the hill that is east of Jerusalem, and for Molech, Molek, with a line underneath of it, the abomination of the children of Ammon. This guy is a fool. And so he did for all his foreign wives, who burned incense and slaughtered to their mighty ones. Therefore Yah was enraged with Shalomo, but his heart had turned away from Yah Elohim, because his heart had turned away from Yah Elohim of Israel, who had appeared to him twice, and had commanded him concerning this word, not to go after other mighty ones, but he did not guard what Yah had commanded. And Yah said to Shalomo, because you have not done this, and have not guarded my covenant and my laws, which I have commanded you, I shall certainly tear the reign away from you, and give it to your servant. Only I do not do it in your days, for the sake of your father David, out of the hand of your son. I shall tear it, only I shall not tear away all the reign, but give one tribe to your son for the sake of my servant David, and for the sake of Jerusalem, which I have chosen. And Yah raised up an adversary against Shalomo, Hadad, Had with a line underneath of it, Ad with a line underneath of it, the Edomite. He was of the seed of the sovereign in Edom. And it came to be when David was in Edom, that Joab, the commander of the army, had gone up to bury the slain after he had struck every male in Edom. Joab remained there with all Israel for 6 new moons, so 6 months, until every male in Edom was cut off. Oh. And Hadad fled to go to Mitzrayim. He and certain Edomites of his father's servants with him, while Hadad was still a little child. And they arose from Midian and came to Paran, and took men with them from Paran, and came to Mitzrayim, to Pharaoh sovereign of Mitzrayim, who gave him a house, and ordered food for him, and gave him land. And Hadad found much favor in the eyes of Pharaoh, so that he gave him as wife the sister of his own wife, the sister of sovereigness Tapines, Tah with a dot, Pene with a half a check mark S. And the sister of Tapines bore him Genubath, his son, Genub with a line underneath of it, Ath, whom Tapines weaned in Pharaoh's house, and Genubath was in the house of Pharaoh among the sons of Pharaoh. And Hadad heard in Mitzrayim that David slept with his fathers, and that Joab, the commander of the army, was dead. And Hadad said to Pharaoh, "Let me go to my land." And Pharaoh said to him, "But what have you lacked with me, that you are now seeking to go to your own land?" And he answered, "No, but please let me go." And Elohim raised up another adversary against him, Rezon, Rezon, son of Eliada, Elyad with a line underneath of it, A, who had fled from his master Hadadezer, Had with a line underneath of it, Ad with a line underneath of it, Ezer, sovereign of Soba, Tsob with a line underneath of it, Ah, and gathered men to him, and became commander over a raiding band. When David killed those of Soba, and they went to Damascus, Dammeseq, and dwelt there, and reigned in Damascus. And he was an adversary of Israel all the days of Shlomo, besides the trouble that Hadad caused. And he was hostile to Israel, and reigned over Aram. And a servant of Shlomo, Yeroboam, Yarob with a line underneath of it, apostrophe Am, son of Nebat, Neb with a line underneath of it, At, and Ephraimite, Ephraimite from Sereda, Tsere with a half a check mark, D with a line underneath of it, Ah, whose mother's name was Serua, Tseru apostrophe Ah, a widow, also lifted up a hand against the sovereign. And this is what caused him to lift up a hand against the sovereign. Shlomo had built Milo, repairing the breaks in the city of David his father. And the man Yeroboam was a brave man, and Shlomo, seeing that the young man was doing his work well, made him the officer over all the compulsory labor of the house of Joseph. And it came to be at that time, when Yeroboam went out of Jerusalem, that the prophet Ahiah, with a dot, Iyah, the Shilonite, Shilonite, met him on the way. And he was wearing a new garment, and the two were alone in the field. And Ahiah took hold of the new garment that was on him, and tore it into 12 pieces, and said to Jeroboam, "Take for yourself 10 pieces, for thus said Yah, the Elohim of Israel, see, I am tearing the rein out of the hand of Shlomo, and shall give it and shall give 10 tribes to you, but he shall have 1 tribe for the sake of my servant David, and for the sake of Jerusalem, the city which I have chosen out of all the tribes of Israel, because they have forsaken me, and bow themselves to Ashtoreth, the mighty one of the Sidonians, to Chemosh, the mighty one of the Moabites, and to Milcom, the mighty one of the children of Ammon, and have not walked in my ways to do what is right in my eyes, and my laws and my right rulings, as did his father David. But I do not take all the reign out of his hand, because I have made him ruler all the days of his life for the sake of my servant David, whom I chose because he guarded my commands and my laws. And I shall take the reign out of his son's hand, and give it to you, the 10 tribes, and to his son I give 1 tribe, so that my servant David shall always have a lamp before me in Jerusalem, the city which I have chosen for myself to put my name there. So I take you, and you shall reign over all that your being desires, and you shall be sovereign over Israel. And it shall be, if you obey all that I command you, excuse me, and it shall be, if you obey all that I command you, and shall walk in my ways, and do what is right in my eyes, to guard my laws and my commands, as my servant David did, then I shall be with you, and build for you a steadfast house, as I built for David, and shall give Israel to you. And because of this I humble the seed of David, but not forever. And Shlomo sought to kill Jeroboam, but Jeroboam rose up and fled to Mitzrayim, to Shishak, Shishak, sovereign of Mitzrayim, and was in Mitzrayim until the death of Shlomo. And the rest of the acts of Shlomo, all that he did, and his wisdom, are they not written in the book of the acts of Shlomo? And the days that Shlomo reigned in Jerusalem over all Israel was 40 years. So Shlomo slept with his fathers, and was buried in the city of David his father. And Rehoboam, R-E-H with a dot, A-B with a line underneath of it, apostrophe A-M, his son, reigned in his place. Interesting.